This is your daily market review for Monday, May 13th, 2024. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Monday, May 13th, 2024. Hopefully you're having a great day, interesting day. As we have always said, if you're curious about a trend, uptrend, downtrend, whatever, the trash floats last, meaning the trash will float up last, and then at the bottom, the best stuff usually gets sold last. So it's the trash floats last, the best the best drops last. I gotta say that twice. So going into today, well, we knew the market was holding up pretty well. We talked about how the bulls won last week. We talked about how it's a big data week and an options expiration. We know the VIX has absolutely been compressed and destroyed. We know if we watch the educational videos, the market likes to go one way one part of the week and one way the other part of the week for OPEX. And it typically can be an inflection point. Now that we know that, what do we expect? Well, stick around. You'll get plenty of insights because there's a lot to talk about. New to the channel, check out the Discord room. Link in the description below. Follow on the Twitter. Yes, hit me up if you want to chat, live Zoom chat, you and I. I don't know why I'm talking funny, but yes. And also you can hit me up on my website. Also, a nice little update. Got all the Twitter posts. Hopefully you're enjoying all that. Lots of feedback. And then like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. So many videos, so many educational videos. What to expect, all sorts of fun stuff. Here you go, AMC and Jimmy long-term updates. Beware holding losers. Okay, yes, a lot of education. Let me know how I can help. Don't hesitate to reach out if you're looking to buy, sell, trade, invest, real estate. Holler at your boy. We know going into next Fed meeting, there's nothing expected, not until potentially September at the earliest. So you're going to need more market drop. Get the Fed fund futures moving in that direction. Bitcoin, I mean, I'm playing with trend lines here, right? You just you could say, all right, well, is it broken out, or does it need more go higher, or is this the trend line? I mean, I don't know. It's feeling head and shoulder bottomish, right? That's where you just keep it on it. If it is, good. If it fails, remember, when a head and shoulders bottom fails, be careful. You gotta be careful. Gotta be extremely careful. Oil, I don't know why it's slow. We talked about bottoming down here, near term chop zone. Look at it. It's going to chop around. Is it bottoming to rally? Is it chopping to flop? Good question. Keep an eye on the oil service stands, right? We've been saying that. We love nat gas, right? Do we love nat gas? Do you love nat gas? I love nat gas. We've talked about this one. It's not rocket science here. I think at whatever $1.40 or whatever it got to, $1.50, it was pretty dang cheap. Not sustainable. But again, if it would have dropped, wouldn't be surprised. But knowing long term the risk versus reward, man, fill in the gap. Again, we've talked about if you have profits, probably got to take some profits here. But again, if you're thinking long term, disappear. And you might get the retest to add later, but if not, you got a Chrome entry point. You're welcome. That's what we do. Dollar holding the 200-day, kind of breaking the channel. I don't know. I mean, again, remember, we'd like to use more like, I say this to people all the time, like trend lines are great, but sometimes like just draw a little box. You know what I mean? Draw a little box. Because if you want to bring a ruler to trading, good luck. It's not that simple. TLT, here you go, right? Chopping around inside this range for the last couple days. Watch the 20-day, and then you got to get over the trend line. You got to get over 91s, VIX. Got a pop today, which is interesting, right? Like market was all over the place, but are you really surprised when the trash floats last? Talk about that. And again, VIX, we talk about bottoming first. Look at this. Right? Keep an eye on it. SPY, chopping around all day, nothing. I mean, these are days that you just like, going to the data that's coming up, right? CPI and all the other stuff. You're just like, nah, doesn't matter. These days are just more of like watching for extremes, particular stocks. QQQQQ, right? Nothing. IWM got up to 206. I was watching that earlier. Right back to the gap. Nothing. DIA. I mean, some days it's just nothing, right? Like, and why would the market go anywhere until it gets the data, right? Okay. Right? Like, again, like you don't need to be a rocket surgeon sometimes. You just got to think about the masses. Gold said we like the downside after the pop. Oh gosh, we talked about this being a trap, potentially. Said watch what happens Okay, gaps down. Silver, talked about it rejecting. Rejection. Around the 26 area. GDX, again, double top, like the dust in the 7s. Looking pretty solid. GDXJ, same kind of thing. Retest the highs, backing off. AEM, this one's been holding up pretty dang well. Gotta give it credit. New highs. AG, chopping around. I mean, I don't trust AG. Newmont, double top. I mean, might as well just pull this little thing on over. Got to get over this 43.60s. And then good old PAAS. Looked like it was breaking out. Big volume. Retest. Uh-oh. Rutro Raggy. Let's see. Taiwan Semi. Again, we like the shorts on semis on pops. Look at that. Gaps up. Talk about novice gaps. Keep an eye on this because it did close below the low of the day from yesterday. I guess Friday. It's worth an eyeball on. Micron. Macron. Holding up. Gapped up. But look at this doji. Again, I hate OPEX Monday and Tuesday. They can be kind of stupid. AMD. This has been, man, snoozer. NVIDIA. Now, we like the NVIDIA short. We know earnings is coming up. If you have to hedge it, like say you bought NVDS, well, then you should probably buy some puts on it or sell some calls on it. Or if you're buying NVIDIA stock short, be prepared to buy some calls going to earnings. Just don't sit here naked. This thing is going to probably play some games. Implied volatility is going to go up. So if you did buy options going into it, they probably will go up in value. MCI 20-day. 20-day intellectual property. Talked about this thing is just absolutely destroyed, probably due to bounce. Again, I wouldn't short this, but if you disappear for a couple months, it's probably going to be at a lower price. SMH coming into this upside range. And the volumes are just dying. I didn't even think about it. Look at the SPY. Look at the SPY. The volume is just dying. Remember, volume is typically a sign of conviction. Adobe's. Here you go. Chopping around. I mean, this thing since gap down. It just looks like it's playing the game. Drop big, chop around before the next move. And I think it's going to be down. Again, we'll see. Apple, come to daddy. Saying, watching this morning, like, watch the levels. Love it. There you go. Decent volume and then backs off. I mean, now you have references. That's, to me, the easiest short out there. Well, I guess maybe it's not. Maybe you could have been Amazon, double top. I mean, again, it's the easiest shorts definitely in the tech space. We talked about Meta, 470s, CRM. Again, I'm kind of moving fast because there's not much to say. You got the reference points. Just wait for them. Let them come. Let trades come to you. CRM, gaps down now. It's just chopping. I mean, you could honestly argue that this is like once go with if you want. Break that. Just kind of like break that. Went down. Hopefully it's not a gap because that's hard to chase. But we'll see. Guggenheim opens low, closes high. 173s. Watch out. Microsoft. I mean, we've talked about this one. Like, this area is just freaking painful to watch if you're a Microsoft bull or bear. It just seems to get stuck. NDAQ. Now, again, remember, we had the CPI, retail sales, New York Fed, NAHB, business inventories. I got everything on Wednesday. I mean, tomorrow you have PPI, which is weird because that shouldn't be the case. Usually the CPI is before the PPI, but I don't know. Maybe they'll probably adjust everything down to make it look better, but we'll see. NDAQ, look at that bounce, pop, close at the lows. MicroStrategy, we talked about this area is importante. Playing games here, keep an eye on it. Netflix, now again, usually I don't talk about, here we go, retesting the backside of the trend line, all sorts of fun stuff here. Usually talk about GameStop and AMC and all the trash, but man, when they float, you got to keep an eye on it because guess who's buying this stuff, right? Roblox, again, here's your kind of oversold rally, looks like. Now, how high does it go? I'd be willing to bet maybe mid-30s if we get a bounce in the market. Or I guess the market's already bounced. Tough to know. Pan W, again, sometimes it's a probability-based game. Don't sit here and think you're going to know anything for sure, especially going into the summer, late volume, options expiration. Sell in May, go away, potentiality. It's not going to be easy. 100-day, that's what I'm watching. TSLA, the good old TSLA. Keep an eye on it. 20-day. We talked about this gap down. It's tough to know, right? Tough to know near term. I mean, I think this is the thing I tell people about Tesla long term. Long term, I think it has lower to go. Then it might be a buy. But again, I don't want to trade. I don't want to trade things that have already been on Astra meteoric rises, because the odds of it happening twice, lightning striking twice, it's tough, especially over long periods of time. DKNG chopping around, and when I say long periods of time, like a stock will have one massive run typically in its cycle, and then it might take 10, 15 years to base out. Go look at Microsoft. Go look at some of those tech names, man. I'm telling you, the old legacy tech, like, they went nowhere. Look at some of the old legacy commodity names. I like DKNG short at 45. Stops. Airbnb, gaps down, right? Chopping around. Keep an eye. I mean, just watching all this stuff. Like, this is why you watch this video, is to get an eye on the overall market. Here you go. Costco. Nice, absolutely smashing run. Gets up here, engulf bars down. That's top. That's a top end candle. Now, you'd like to see it with higher volume, so wait for bounces, but that's usually a top. And again, with the probability, I'd say it's probably 70, 80%. That's a top engulfing bar. If it's higher volume, I'd be 100% sure. But no. So since it's not, probabilities say you got to let some bounce. Starbucks, we talked about Starbucks being trash. Look at it, right? Drops, gaps. But we said, be careful. It's oversold. Like, it goes from the hundreds down to 70s. There's going to be a bunch of people lining up to buy some cheap lattes in the stock, right? Near term. Long term, still, I think, what is it? What do you call those freakers? Those guys, Dutch Bros, and some of, I mean, there's so much competition. It's just not easy, right? FedEx, 102 today, again, drops down due to bounce. Caterpillar, this is where it gets a little interesting for the cat meow, right? Man, you got like a little 2-day range here. Like, you gap over the 20-day, this should be strong. If it does not hold up and it fails a 20-day, this could get crushed. Just throwing it out there, because again, when you set traps, they move big in the other direction. Nucor, chopping around, watching the 170s. The letter X, again, we talked about, they're going to get bought out at some point. Just a matter of when. Let's keep it easy. VALE, 12s. Chop. Arrow, again, we like this name long term. I can't buy it now. I can't chase this thing. But when it pulls back, keep it on. CCJ, again, I get so many messages about, you don't know how to trade this. I'm like, dude, I do know when Goldman Sachs upgrades something at the highs, you got to be careful, because they love unloading all of their stock into their clients' pockets and then saying, well, we'll upgrade at the high, so you should buy it. We're not. And then they let it drop. And then they buy it back from their clients, and they upgrade it again. It's a cycle, never ends. I'm watching it like, ugh. CF, we like ag, gaps down, chops. Mosaic, chopping around. I mean, these names, there's not much downside. It's kind of like natural gas at some point. Let these names just get crushed again and chop around, and then you can buy them. AA, I mean, I saw this today. It's hitting the 40s. Congrats. That's a breakout bar, right? No alarms on that, no set. I mean, again, I just, when I zoom out, I've said to this a bazillion times, I like aluminum. Do you like aluminum? Of course, everyone likes aluminum if you're thinking long-term commodity-wise. Just let it play out. And again, if you miss it, you miss it. XLF, probably one of the most frustrating trading trades for me watching this. Like the FAS at the 10 level. Look at that. Retest this. And again, the bar is not big enough to really give me comfort, but again, little outside reversal. We'll see. Look at JPMO, just tight up here all day. I mean, you're trading 6 million shares, and it's like nobody has any momentum, right? Morgan Stanley, again, breaks out, chopping around. Bank of America, you thought this was going to rip. Keep an eye on it. Goldman, again, if you got a Marcus account, they're making new all-time highs. There's no worries about your Marcus account. Carry, that's what we do. We do the homework. Check this out, right? Look at this, man. It's about to break out, or is it about to fake? I mean, it could always fill the gap. I don't trust financials at all. XBIs we've talked about. This was due to bounce. Now it's going to be hard. Needs to consolidate. Just keep an eye on it. It's always sometimes all you can do. There's not always a trade there. That's why I go through a lot of stocks. TAN, again, I like shorts on bounces. Edge. And this thing has just been doo-doo. I don't know what to say, but I should probably just remove it. I mean, it's just going back lower. I don't know what low is. ENPH, chopping around. First Solar, again, we like this short up here. Look at this wick again. Another wick, dangerous. We talk about sloppy toppy chops. Look for bounces. HYG, again, in my opinion, you got to be higher than a kite, right? HYG. All right, let's go with oil and gas. Oil, oversold. We talked about it, popping. What about UNG? Again, I don't like this product, but your guess is good as mine. It's just a decaying sucker. Like, look, zoom out. Like, it's just, just decays. keep an eye on it. I love the KOLD short. We've talked about this, like mid upper 50s is probably a good place to take some profits. Trade around your position. Could be wrong. XOP. We talked about how this led up, then leading down. Look at that run. Now you're stair stepping down. You see it. Watch the 20-day. That's the key. ExxonMobil. I mean, this thing looked like it was going to break out to new all-time highs. Chopped around. CVE. We like it. Long term. Here we go. Chopped around. Valero, like oil and gas names, said they're leading down, but you got to watch the lows. MPC, same kind of thing. Watch the range lows. 100-day. Occidental, again, I think Buffett's selling more calls and puts like everybody else. EQT, again, we like this name long term. I just let it pull back. I mean, they're doing some buyouts. They might have some restructuring to do. We'll see. Flex LNG, last but not least. Again, I love this juicy dividend coming into 200-day. It's been the 200-day nightmare. So keep an eye on it. The market has history. It knows. If you have any questions, please reach out. I'm always here to help you guys. I'm going out of town shortly. You guys know I'm heading to Charlotte. Talked about that. Anyone who really knows me knows I'm going to, this trip's been planned ahead, but I think it's coming in perfect time. Again, I apologize. I won't be able to talk about the market later in the week, but I think you know what to do. We know what the OPEX does. It's choppy. We know there's going to be up and there's going to be a down. Wait for prices to hit. Be careful going into CPI, knowing the housing starts. Just be thoughtful. Trade extremes. If you have to sell calls, sell puts, do whatever you got to do, but take advantage of the premiums. If you need any help, please don't hesitate to reach out. At worst, I will get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great evening. Talk to you later.